today I'm going to explaining the hot backup. Okay, so let me start the database. Okay, so what is the hot backup? In the cold backup, I have explained you. So if you want to take the cold backup, you have to shut down the database. But if
Hi
you want,
Subhash.
yeah, hi.
Subhash, I just wanted to ask you about yesterday's video. I think it is not.
Okay, so what is the hot backup? Hot backup is also called the online backup. Hot- So if you want to take the hot backup, there no need to keep the database in begin backup mode. You can take the hot backup while your database is up and running. So downtime is not required. So no downtime. Hot backup. You can take the backup while your database is up and running. Okay. And you can also recover the data file, and there no need to shut down the database if you want to recover the data file. Okay. If any data file is lost, there no need to shut down the database. You can recover while your database is up and running. So if you want to take the hot backup, your database must be there in the archive log mode. Must be in archive log mode. Your database must be in archive log mode. Then only you can take the hot backup. Because if you want to recover the database, you must have the archive log. And here what happened? Downtime is not required. Downtime is not required. If you want to take the hot backup, no need to shut down the database. You have to keep the database in begin backup. Keep the database in begin backup mode. Okay, while taking the backup, you have to keep the database in begin backup mode. So what happens if you keep the database in begin backup mode and you take the backup? Then what happens? You want to take a particular table space backup. Then what happens? If you are taking full database backup, then all table space will be checkpointed. Okay, so the table space will be checkpointed. Okay, and data file header SCN number in data file header will stop increase. The header SCN number in the header of the data file, it will get increased. Okay, and then and full images of the chain data blocks will be written to the redo log file. Full images of the chain data blocks will be written to the redo logs. Why? Why full images? You know that In the redo log files, only the changed data is getting written, not the full images of the blocks. But while you're taking the hot backup, full images of the block will be written to the redo log. So you'll get more number of redo logs will be generated while you keep the database in begin backup mode. So what is the need to keep the database in begin backup mode? Okay, so when we take a hot backup, your database is up and running, right? Your database is up and running. So you are modifying the data. You are modifying a data file. At the same time, you are copying the data. So what happens when you take the backup? Few blocks will get corrupted because few parts of the block will have the modified data and few parts will have the not modified data. What happens here? We'll see. So this is the Oracle block. You know that standard block size is 8 KB, and operating system block size is 2 KB. So this block is getting divided into 4 parts. You are copying how you are taking the backup. You are going to the operating system level and you are copying and pasting, right? So this block is getting stored in 4 parts. 2 KB, 2 KB each. Okay. So now your database is up and running. If your database is up and running and if you are taking the at the same time you are taking the backup, then there might be chances that these few parts modified and these parts are unmodified. So here the header and footer will not match. Okay, the block will get corrupted during the hot backup. During the hot backup, this block will get corrupted. Which block? Backup block. When you take the backup, and when you try to recover, you cannot recover because the backup whatever you have taken it is inconsistent. Block is corrupted, so you are not able to recover. So what is the solution for that? The solution is whenever keep the database in the begin backup mode, the system header of this data file, system change number suppose that 100, it will stop increasing. It will stop increasing. It will be fixed when you started the begin backup, auto database begin backup. So the system change number is the same, this one, okay, in the data file. But database writer will still it will be written if its system change number is freezed. If the checkpoint also occurred and the system change number is got freeze in the database file header, still database writer will be writing. It won't stop. But this full images of the data block will be written to the data file, written to the redo log file. Why? Because this full image of block is getting written to the redo log file. Now you know that this block is corrupted, right? At the time of recovery, this block is corrupted. So how you can repair this block? You can repair this block using the redo log. It's only possible if you have full image of the block. If you have the only part block, this block cannot be repaired. So you will have full images of the block. Okay. So you need to perform the recovery after the system change number 100. Okay. So if you want to perform the recovery, so this system change number, this data file is freezed till system change number 100. So after whatever you have changes made after 100, it will do recovery. Okay, so at the time of recovery, it will be this block will get reconstructed using the redo log entries, and it will be ultimately it will be stored in the archive log, right? So it will be repaired. So if you are taking the hot backup, full images of the block will be stored in the redo log. Okay. So we can study this. Okay. Why we keep the database in begin backup mode? Now I will show you the practical how to take the backup. Alter database. So open the database. Startup. Now I'm going to keep the database in begin backup mode. Now select checkpoint, change number. First we'll check from $3 database. So this is a checkpoint change number. Now I'm going to keep the database in backup mode. Alter database, begin. Now how to know begin backup? How to know the database in begin backup mode? How to know the database in the backup mode? So we have $V backup view. Check it. So select file number. Which file is there in the begin backup mode? Status from $V backup. Okay, so you can see all data files are in begin backup mode. If you want to backup a particular table space, then you can use the alter table space. Give the name begin backup. So you can keep the table space in the begin backup mode. But I'm going to keep the full database in the backup mode. You can select checkpoint, change number from $V data file. You can see the checkpoint change number is this. If the alter system checkpoint, it won't increase, it won't get increment because database in begin backup mode. So in the backup file, your database is consistent till this SCN number. So your backup is consistent till the system change number, this one. Whatever the backup you have taken after this is not consistent. You have to reconstruct using the using log file. So you can see here the database checkpoint change number is getting increased, but the data files checkpoint change number will not increase. It will be freezed. Okay, so system checkpoint change number will be increased. Control file in the checkpoint in the control file it will be keep incrementing, but in the data files it will be freezed. Okay, so when you are taking the backup, so till this system change number your backup is consistent, and afterwards it's not consistent. So now I'm going to take the backup. Same procedure you need to follow. So first get the data, where is the location of the data file. So prod, this one prod data. Okay, so I'm going to copy. First I need to create the directory structure. Disk 1, cd equal to cd disk 2, and make directory. I'm going to create directory hot backup. Okay, so now copy all data files. Where is the location of the data files? Disk 1, cd prod. I'm going to copy all data file. scp-r data disk 1 and disk 1 disk 2, right? Full backup, hot backup. Okay, so I have copied the data files. Okay, copy the data files and control file. Okay, first we need to check if the database is there in the begin backup mode or not. Sorry, archive log mode or not. So make sure that your database must be there in the archive log mode. So archive log mode is enabled. If it is not enabled, then you have to start up the database in the mount mode and you have to fire this query. Alter database archive log. You have to fire this query. Okay. If your database is not in archive log mode. Okay, so after completing the backup, you have to end the backup. Alter database and backup. Okay. Make sure that you are ending the backup. Otherwise, huge archive log file will get generated because full images of data is getting stored in the redo log file during the backup. So make sure that you are firing this query after the backup. Now we have taken the backup. Now I am going to connect with Scott Tiger. I'm going to create a table. Create table test. I have taken the backup before creating this table. We have test table, right? But in the backup file, we don't have the test table, right? I have taken the backup before creating this test table. Now I am going to remove this data file. This data file, which one? User. rm users 1.tbf. This data file is removed. Now everything is lost. When the user has stored, Scott user has stored all data in the which table? Which data file? User's data file. So everything is lost. Now there is no need to shut down the database. No need to shut down the database if you want to restore and recover the data file. What you have to do? Alter table space users offline. Make the table space offline. Connect. Alter table space users offline. Okay, we are not able to make the table space offline. So make the data file offline. Alter database, data file, get the location. Okay, now you have kept this data file in offline mode. Now what you have to do? This data file is lost. So we have to restore the data file from the backup location. So now I am going to backup location. backup cp data and copy this file, only one file. I'm not going to copy all files. It's not a full backup. So I'm going to copy a particular file, users. This one plot data. Okay, so we have copied the user data file, but in this other data files, system change number will not match, right? Because this is the old data files. So system change number will be different. System change number of all data files is the latest, but in this data file we have a different system change number, old system change number. So it's not matching. What you have to do? You have to perform the recovery. You have to perform the recovery from the system change number when you have taken the backup. So when we have taken the backup, what was the system change number? When we have taken the backup, the system change number of the data file was this one, right? 1045698, and I have restored this system data file, this data file. Now what is the current checkpoint change number? What is the current system change number? Select current SCN from the dollar database. Now current system change number is very far, so that data file is lagging the system change number. We need to apply all the system change number from when 1045698 to 1046790. Okay, around 46,000. 1000 SCN number I have to apply in this data file, user data file, because it's lagging behind. Okay, so I have to I have restored, right? The data file is restored. Now I have to recover the data file. So how to recover? Just type recover data file 4. Give the number or name. You can give the full location. Or you can give the data file number. Now data file is recovered, and you have to keep the database in the data file in the online mode. So I kept in the data file in offline. You can only recover if the data file is in offline mode. Those users online. Okay, now it's online. Now you can check is name, that is from V dollar created. Okay, so all are available. And we'll check the data file status. Select file name, status from DBA data files. Okay, so it's available. Now I have created a table. I will check if the table is still exist or not. Because I have restored from the old backup. At that time, we have not taken the backup of that table. Now we'll check. So you can see here, test table is still there. Even your data file is lost, we are able to recover that table, right? So it's very easy, right? No need to recover all data files, control file, log files. Only restore one data file and recover it. That's all. But in case if you lost the system table space, in case if you lost the system table space, you need to shut down the database because system table space you cannot keep in offline mode. Your database will not work. It's compulsory to have the system table space. System table space must always have to be there in the online mode. Socks you can keep in the offline mode, but system table space you cannot keep. So what is the procedure? If the system table space is lost, so I will show you. At that time, what you have to do? You have to shut down the database rm system 01.tbl. Okay. This data I have deleted the data file system. Now shut down. You cannot shut down. You're not able to shut down also. Okay. So check about what I have to do. I have to restore that system data file. Only one, not all. Restore the system data file. CP system just one pro data. Yeah. Okay, so we have restored the system data file. Now we need to recover. So you have to start up the database in which mode? If you want to perform the recovery, you have to start up the database in the mount mode. Mount mode because the data file must not be opened while performing the recovery. So what I have done earlier, our database was opened, but I kept the data file in offline mode. Then I have recovered. So here cannot keep the database in offline mode, data file in offline mode because the database is shut down. So start up the database in mount mode. Now need to recover only the system data file because system data file is lagging behind. So I have to apply the all logs. Log recover data file. Give the data file name or data file. This number is one. System data file. Now open the database. Okay, so this is the procedure how you can recover the database if the system data file is lost. This is the procedure. Okay, and for control file, what is the procedure? Same procedure you can follow, like code backup. So you can create the new control file, okay, and recover the database. Create the new control file and recover the database. That's all. So we are not using the real time cold backup and hot backup. We are not using. We are using only Harman backup and logical backup.